Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
You want to be married?
I do, possibly. But I'm
What?
happily single as well. So
Okay. Well, happily single,
I'm,
what does that mean?
it means that if I never have the opportunity or meet the right person, I will be okay with that.
Why would you never have the opportunity?
If I just didn't meet the right person.
Okay. Well, first I asked you if you said you never have the opportunity, then I said, why wouldn't you have the opportunity? You just skipped right on over to that to get into the finding the right person. Why wouldn't you have the opportunity to get married? Can you get married? Are you legally single?
I am.
Can you enter into a contract with the man in the state? Can you sign a marriage license?
I can.
Then you have the opportunity to get married just like any of us.
But I'm not going to settle
excuse
or
me.
lower my standards.
Hold on. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Since you want to smoke, I got it for you. How tall are you? How tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
Dress size?
7.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
170. I also have a 25-inch waist.
So 5'5". Listen, don't.
Look me up.
Oh, first off, here's one simple. There's one simple rule.
Because that
one simple rule of my show is I don't care who. Yes, you cannot do that. It will go completely off the rails because that is just disrespectful. I
agree. But you're disrespectful. I said you are disrespectful sometimes. But
I can be. Hold on, ma'am. I can tell you one thing. As the host, it's not disrespectful to cut you off because I am running a show for 4,500 people. I don't know you. I'm trying to do 10 different things. So this is my business. I'm running a show. If you consider me having standards and a systematic way I handle a show disrespectful, that's on you. Because I have plenty of women who love my show and watch it every day. But you seem to have a problem with the things I say, and that's your right. But don't call it disrespect because you don't like it.
No, I think the way you respond sometimes to people, not cutting people off on your show that you're hosting, is disrespectful. But what I was going to say is that your body standards and my body standards are what
the American Medical Association, the American Medical Association. Personally, I'm a professional image consultant. So your opinions, and you're fine. You can have those. But I go by, excuse me, as an image professional. Excuse me. Oh, see, there you go with this shit again. I told you, don't do this. See, I could care less if you disagree. Many black women disagree with truth and facts all day long. Many black women will say they're thick when they're obese. 80% of black women are overweight. Is that true or false?
I haven't heard that statistics, but it's probably true. But I know that I have a 25-inch waist, and I know that.
So you're 5'5". So you're 5'5", right?
I don't have a problem with sharing.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, I don't, ma'am. I don't care about your pictures. I need you to listen to some basic facts. In mammals, is it typical for the female of the species to weigh more than the male?
No, but I don't like.
All right, ma'am. Then I need you to go. So a man who's 5'5", how much should a man, healthy weight, 5'5", weigh?
I'm not sure. However, I wouldn't date.
How much would a man at 5'5", healthy weight weigh? Give me a ballpark guess.
Probably what they should weigh according to the BMI chart, or what they should weigh according to what I find attractive. Because
what you find attractive is irrelevant.
Man, this shit whack, man. I just feel this shit fun, man. I don't understand. It's like pause ain't no good, man. Bitch be calling me tapping that shit, man.
What you find attractive is irrelevant. I mean, just walking through society.
Walking through society of being.
Just answer the question, man.
Woman and,
can you answer the question, ma'am?
Virgos.
I asked you a 5'5" man. I asked you a 5 foot.
Overweight.
All right. I've told you several times. You're not going to talk over me. So I'm going to try this one more time. And if you're going to continue to do this, I'm going to bid you a good night.
Hello?
I asked you to answer the question, and you just keep on saying what you want to say. I just asked you to be polite, ma'am. I'm trying to be polite to you. Could you please answer the question? Just give me a ballpark. How much of the 5'5" man weigh?
I was actually just looking at this chart recently, and I believe it's between 175 and 195.
No, ma'am. No.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Ma'am, it's not. The average American man in 1960 was 5'9" 3/4, 5'10", and he weighed 165 pounds. The average American female at the same time was 5'4", 120 pounds. Fast forward 55 years later, the average American man was still 5'10", and his weight had ballooned up from 165 to a whopping 168. He gained 3 pounds in 55 years. Yet the average American woman went from 120 to 160, a 40-pound differential. There should roughly be a 40 to 45-pound differential between men and women. The average height of a black woman, average weight of a black woman in this country, 5'4", 187. 80% of you are overweight, and you think because you have a nice snatched waist and a big ass, and you like where the fat landed, that changes the way the body is set up. You're overweight for your height, and bottom line, you weigh more than a man.
I don't weigh more than the man I date.
If a man was your height, if a man was your height, you would weigh more than he does. You weigh more than the average American male, who's 5'10". Did you not hear me say that the average man is 5'10", 168? You weigh more than the average man in this country.
And the average man in this country is in my
average man in this country. All your defiant attitude and not like it and challenge the BMI and the racial disparity, whatever, doesn't matter. You're overweight for your height.
I am, and I'm fine as hell.
Well, good. Knock it out. You could be as fine as hell. And the problem you had with me saying Tracy Ellis Ross could not get a high value man and she's happily being single is what?
Oh, do you consider Tracy Ellis Ross overweight? Is her BMI, her butt?
I asked you, see, the proper thing to do, ma'am, is before you ask a question, you answer the question that's been asked.
The DRE out on a robbing spree. A straight G.
You don't answer a question while asking another one. That's rude. That's disrespectful. You're an educated woman. You should know communications. Well, then you should know how to do it better than I do.
I definitely do.
Well, apparently, but you're not making a very good showing, ma'am, because you're being very rude and disrespectful as far as communication goes. You've done this many times. I've had to mute you twice.
I'm a PhD.
So the question was, answer the question.
At this point, I don't remember the question.
Right. So you have a degree in communication, but you can't keep up with the communication.
I mean, there's a lot going on, sir.
Actually, I'm right here. I'm on task. You're the one that said that you have a degree in communication.
I do.
So show your work.
The DRE, a straight G.
I asked a question. What's the answer to the question I asked?
I asked you the question again.
All right. So in other words, you are being disrespectful because you're not even paying attention to the person who's hosting the show and the question I'm asking. You want to say what you want to say so much. You basically said, fuck you and your question. I'm going to say what I want.
I love you, dog. I love you, shine like blind. Girl, you be fine. Can you see he loves you, bitch? I love you, bitch. I love